Have you ever heard a story that you simply couldn't explain? Someone was diagnosed with cancer, what seemed like a life sentence. Yet now, 7 years have passed, and that person is still living well, healthy, alert, no recurrence, no hospital stays, and even has a glowing complexion, eats and sleeps normally. What happened? Was it a miracle? Or are we overlooking a quiet path that's more powerful than medication? Let me share that extraordinary journey. No pharmaceuticals, no surgery, just decoctions made from a few humble backyard leaves, paired with simple countryside dishes. Yet this helped my friend go from being completely exhausted after radiation, unable even to crawl, to living peacefully and healthily today, without a single recurrence. Please stay with this video to the end to hear the full treatment plan. Perhaps you, or someone you love, might be in need of this very remedy and just don't know it yet. If you find this helpful, feel free to leave a comment sharing your story. And don't forget to subscribe, so I can continue accompanying you each day on the journey toward living healthier, more beautifully, and more peacefully. Wishing you good health and serenity in every breath of life. You know, my friend was diagnosed with cancer at a rather advanced stage. They went through radiation 6 times, and by the last session, they couldn't even walk. When they got home, the only way they could move around was by crawling. Their whole body was drained, completely without strength. The family had nearly given up. Loved ones braced themselves for the worst. But then, thanks to a suggestion from an acquaintance, my friend began drinking a boiled herbal decoction made from a few common leaves, something that seemed simple at first glance. But for 7 whole years, they stuck with it every single day without missing a beat. And surprisingly, the more they drank it, the stronger they felt. They could eat, sleep, and their skin regained a healthy glow. They could walk normally. Most importantly, there wasn't a single recurrence. At the follow-up examination, even the doctor couldn't hide their astonishment. Based on the original treatment plan, they hadn't expected my friend to survive this long. But test results showed all indicators were stable, no signs of spreading, and the body had recovered exceptionally well. The doctor asked what my friend had been taking, and they simply smiled and said, "Just herbal tea from the garden, doctor." Then my friend shared something that truly gave me pause. They said, all the others who were diagnosed around the same time and received the same treatment, none of them are still alive today. I'm the only one who's left, and I'm still healthy. That sentence stirred something in me. A big question began to form in my mind. Why did my friend survive? Why did those simple wild plants, thought to be just for cooling the body, end up accompanying a cancer patient through a 7-year journey with no recurrence? From those questions, I began digging deeper. I researched each leaf, each component my friend had used over the years, and the more I read, the more I searched, the more I realized, the results didn't come from blind belief. They were rooted in solid science. Now, let me break down exactly why my friend was able to drink just one herbal decoction made from 2 simple leaves, and yet stop cancer in its tracks and sustain life for 7 years while staying healthy. The first is the plant called Exoden, scientifically known as Ericia asperula, or Ericia stricta depending on classification. A member of the Boraginaceae, forget-me-not, family. This plant grows commonly in the mountainous regions of Hua Bin, Ninh Binh, and Thanh Hoa, areas with cool climates and limestone-rich soil. Scientists have identified 3 key active compounds in Exoden leaves. Microscope first are flavonoids, potent antioxidants that neutralize free radicals in the body. Free radicals are one of the major causes of DNA damage, promoting abnormal cell growth, especially in cancer. Flavonoids in Exoden help reduce oxidative stress, protect healthy cells, and prevent the replication of malignant cells. Microscope second is saponin, a compound with anti-inflammatory properties and immune-modulating effects. Saponin also helps regulate cholesterol and stabilize blood pressure, especially beneficial for patients recovering from chemo or radiation, whose cardiovascular and circulatory systems are often weakened. Additionally, saponin enhances the absorption of micronutrients in the gut, especially in those who have poor appetite or digestion after treatment. Microscope third is Matinfol 1A, a naturally occurring alkaloid specific to Exaden, recognized for its ability to act directly on tumor cell development. Several lab studies at the Hanoi University of Pharmacy and the Central Institute of Medicinal Materials have confirmed that Matinfol 1A can inhibit the division of cancer cells, slowing down their replication and spread. Unlike Western medicine, which tends to act quickly and strongly, Exaden works more gradually, by detoxifying the body, aiding liver function, boosting immunity, and allowing the body to heal itself and maintain balance with illness. This explains why people who drink Exaden tea may not see immediate effects, but the longer they use it, the more they notice clearer skin, better appetite, and improved mood. Thanks to this multidimensional approach, from liver detoxification, anti-inflammation, and immune regulation to cell protection, Exaden has been widely used during post-chemo recovery or as a long-term complementary therapy to prevent recurrence and reduce the side effects of conventional drugs. Herb alongside that is jade, a wild climbing vine that few people know about. But according to traditional medicine and folk remedies, it's exceptionally gentle and especially helpful for those undergoing treatment or recovering from serious illness. This vine belongs to the group of soft-stemmed plants, typically found growing naturally in low mountainous areas. It has a mildly sweet taste, a cooling nature, is non-toxic, and is easy to use in detoxifying herbal remedies. The standout feature of jade is its ability to support liver and kidney function through three main mechanisms. Microscope first. It has a mild diuretic effect, helping to promote the elimination of waste products and water-soluble toxins through the urinary tract. This is especially important for those who have taken a lot of pharmaceutical drugs, since the liver and kidneys are the two primary organs responsible for processing and eliminating chemicals from medications. Microscope second. According to traditional use, jade helps cool the liver, relieving symptoms such as dry mouth, bitter taste, low urine output, and general restlessness, common issues during recovery from chemotherapy or radiation. Its naturally cooling properties help rebalance internal heat and reduce feelings of organ fatigue. Microscope third. While there aren't many large-scale studies yet, early clinical observations have reported that when jade is combined with more potent herbs like Exaden, patients report better sleep, improved digestion, and an overall sense of wellness. It can be understood that while jade may not be a primary cancer-fighting herb, it plays the role of a supporting ally, enhancing nutrient absorption, easing the burden on the liver and kidneys, and creating optimal conditions for other medicinal compounds to work more effectively. What's valuable is that this vine doesn't cause irritation or drug resistance when used long-term. It's easy to find, easy to store, and for those with chronic illness, it's one of the safest options, especially when the body has been worn down by medication. Herb, dear friends, when used individually, both Exaden and jade have their own benefits. But when combined, these two herbs complement and reinforce each other, forming a much more comprehensive support regimen for those recovering after chemo or radiation therapy. Let me put it this way. Exaden acts like a gatekeeper. It protects healthy cells, slows the abnormal growth of bad cells, purifies the blood, and supports the liver in preventing deep internal damage. Meanwhile, jade is like a gentle housekeeper, soothing the liver, promoting urination, and helping toxins exit through the urinary system. One works on the inside, while the other clears the way outward. That's why, when these two ingredients are used together, the effect isn't just additive, it's synergistic. Hexaden handles cellular toxins, while dethaucolan lightens the load for the liver and kidneys, allowing the body to eliminate excess waste more quickly. As a result, patients feel lighter, experience less internal heat, digest food better, sleep more deeply, and gradually regain their strength. This also explains why my friend, who at first was so weak they could only crawl, began to feel less bloated, had better appetite, brighter skin, and steadier emotions after just a few weeks of consistently drinking the boiled decoction of these two leaves. Then, little by little, their body recovered steadily, not abruptly, but with enduring strength. Dear friends, it didn't stop at drinking herbal tea every day. My friend also maintained a very simple diet regularly, but one with surprisingly high biological value. These were dishes you'd typically find in a humble country meal, but for a body recovering after chemotherapy, they became the most gentle and sustainable form of nourishment. Leafy green figs, those small fruits that grow abundantly along hillsides, often eaten raw with fish sauce or cooked in soup. Few realize that figs are rich in polyphenols and soluble fiber, two compounds that cleanse the intestines, improve the gut microbiome, and boost immunity. Especially, figs contain natural digestive enzymes that help process food, reduce inflammation, and soothe the intestinal lining, crucial for post-radiation patients suffering from burning pain, bloating, and indigestion. Leafy green rao doi, also known as mut doi, is a mild, fragrant herb. Though simple, it's rich in natural essential oils like carvacrol and thymol, compounds with light antibacterial effects, soothing intestinal spasms, and improving digestion, especially when the digestive system is still unstable or weak. Leafy green. Then there's taro root, a soft, easily digestible tuber that's an excellent source of resistant starch and dietary fiber. These are two vital components that nourish beneficial gut bacteria, maintain microbiome balance, reduce the risk of mucosal inflammation, help eliminate toxins through bowel movements, and enhance nutrient absorption. For those recovering liver, kidney, or stomach function after chemo or radiation, taro is a safe and nourishing option. These three humble, rural foods, figs, rao doi, and taro, may seem ordinary, but when introduced into a fragile body in recovery, they become a quiet lifeline. They nourish slowly, without burdening the internal organs, while naturally and safely supporting the immune and digestive systems. And one very important point, my friend completely stopped eating animal meat for a long period. No pork, no chicken, no fish, no processed foods, no fried dishes, and no excessive artificial seasoning. You probably know this already. After chemotherapy and radiation, the liver and kidneys have to work overtime to filter out medication and detoxify the body. If we continue to overload the body with too much animal protein, especially red meat and hard-to-digest foods, the liver and kidneys become even more burdened, potentially leading to deeper damage. In fact, many modern studies have shown that red meat and processed meats can increase chronic inflammation in the body, an ideal environment for cancer cells to thrive under favorable conditions. Instead, my friend chose a gentler path: clean vegetables, brown rice, steamed or boiled dishes, and low-sugar fruits. These foods do not harm the internal organs but still provide enough nutrients for the body to heal itself. After a few weeks, my friend felt less bloated, slept better, had brighter skin, and enjoyed eating again. The mind also felt more at ease. This plant-based diet, combined with natural herbal teas, created the right conditions for the body to recover, not through force, but through quiet and steady nourishment. Another factor, rarely noticed by others but, to me, the true silent foundation that helped my friend get through 7 years of illness, was their lifestyle. They slept early, woke early, and kept a stable biological clock. They didn't let themselves get stressed over unnecessary things. Every day, they set aside time for light walking, deep breathing, reading prayers, or simply watering the plants around the house. Everything was done slowly, but fully, and in peace. They also didn't let themselves get caught up in negative news. No mindless scrolling on social media. No drama, no worrying about other people's business. They always kept a light heart. My friend said, however many days I have, I want each one to be light on the heart. That very lifestyle, peaceful, minimal, less, but healthier, helped prevent their energy from being drained by worry or consumed by anger and fear. Everything they did felt like nourishment, not just for the body, but for the soul, through acceptance and love. And perhaps, that alone, more than medication, more than diet, created the inner strength needed for them to survive, and to stay healthy all these years. You or your loved one might be stepping into a journey that everyone fears: cancer, chemotherapy, exhaustion, confusion. Maybe you're in the middle of prescriptions, sleepless nights, or moments of weakness. But believe this, there is always hope. As long as we don't give up. My friend's story isn't fantasy. It's the result of perseverance, of faith, and of what nature offers us, when we truly listen to our own body. If this content is helpful, I hope you'll share it with more people. Somewhere out there, someone might be desperately needing this very remedy, this very belief, to keep living, to keep fighting. And if you'd like me to go into more detail about how to prepare these herbal leaves, the right dosage, and the best time to drink them, just leave a comment below. I'll make a dedicated video that's clear, practical, and easy to follow. And don't forget to click subscribe, so each day, we can gain a little more understanding, a little more hope, and a little more peace, on this journey toward living healthy, living mindfully, and living strong.